Hey there, Nick Jutakis here. In this video, we're going to go over how to customize FZF's CTRL T binding to make it a little bit easier to preview files. So in the past, I've made a video on creating up this little PF alias, which is preview file, and this will fuzzy find files in the current directory, and you can go and preview them on the right here. Even for a big file like this one, you can do shift and the up and down arrows to page up and page down in the preview, and everything works well. And I still use that alias in my day-to-day. But there is a key binding that FZF gives you by default, which is CTRL T, and normally this will not preview files by default. So in this video, we're going to go over how to customize that command to preview files like this, and this one will just let you do the same thing where you can fuzzy match in files here or in a directory, and you can, check things out here, and in a bigger file, you can do shift up and down here to page through them. If you select the file, CTRL T will just output that to your terminal here, but not execute the command. But if you do CTRL T like this and you're previewing files and you hit escape, then it just won't output anything. So it kind of doubles as a quick way to preview files. And this all stemmed from someone watching my previous video on previewing files here, and they asked me how to get the previewing done for CTRL T. So I actually didn't know how to do that one off the top of my head here, but I did go through FZF's documentation here, basically, searching for things like CTRL T and not finding it with that one. But yeah, I just did a search for control like this, and ultimately down here, there is this section here around key bindings that come by default, and one of them is CTRL T. And I discovered this one option here, which is FZF CTRL T apps. And funny enough, they actually give a pretty decent example here in the README file on how to use that to do something like a preview for whatever you want to do. So yeah, I put 2 and 2 together here and customized that in my dot files. So now we have a way to do that. So let's go over how that was actually done. And by the way, the whole change here is pushed up to my dot files here, and you can go and check out the commit. I'll leave a link to this commit here in the description, but it's going to be a little bit easier if we check it out here. So yeah, this is my dot files repo here, just locally. And if we go to that aliases file that I had previously where we had that PF alias, it is down here. Now, in the previous video, actually it had a whole bunch of different FZF flags here, but that's now been extracted out to this new environment variable that we can set in the RC file here, which is my zshell RC file. And if we go to the bottom-ish, there is, this new exported environment variable, FZF CTRL T apps, which is taken right from their docs. And these flags that we see here were the identical flags in the previous video that I had set to that PF alias, but now they're set here, so it applies to CTRL T, and then just using, the power of variables here, this alias now can actually just reference this, and we don't even need to duplicate anything, which is pretty nice. The only other change I did make to my RC file though, and this is kind of an aside and sort of an interesting one, is now we have to load the aliases at the end of this file here, because previously these definitions to load these aliases were more towards, somewhere up here, right near the top of the file here. But if we do that, then this environment variable isn't going to be exported. So this alias that we have here for PF, it's not going to have access to this, so it's going to be empty, in which case it's not going to work. So if you want to follow along here, and apply this to your setup here, you can go and check out this git diff here, because you can see that I moved these aliases down here. We added this new environment variable, and then now it just references that instead of all these flags here. Pretty cool. I will say this though, when you use the PF versus CTRL T, there is a little difference here on the window size. So if you use PF, it kind of goes full screen here, which is actually quite nice for previewing files. Whereas CTRL T, there is a dedicated height here that's limited to, I don't know the exact interval of, or measurement, how they do this one, but I do recall there being a way to adjust the height here in the README file. I'm kind of just winging the rest here. But yeah, we can actually see height 50%. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can actually make that height larger here, because I want it for CTRL T to be 100%. That would be pretty nice. So yeah, let's see how this actually works in real time here. So we're going to the RC file here, because this is where the environment variable is defined now. And if we go down here, we can see that we have all sorts of stuff defined here. But yeah, let's say we want to make this thing 100%. Cool. Okay. So let me open up a new terminal window. Let's just make sure PF still works the same, because, both of these are sharing the same environment variables. Yeah, cool. So, there's a lot more files to preview here because I'm in my home directory here. Let me just switch to, nope, not sites, github.files here, just so there's less going on here. So yeah, we do PF here. Yep, everything is working good there. What about CTRL T? Yep, things are looking pretty good here too as well. You know what? I am going to roll that one up into a git commit right now. So git add p, yep, we're going to add height. Cool. Let's quit out the rest because I don't want to commit those things just yet. So let's say, I don't know, what are we doing here? Add 100% height to FZF preview window. Cool. And we're going to push that one up. And we are done. Cool. So by the time you watch this video, that commit's going to be done and everything is going to be good to go. With that said, if you like the video, please give a thumbs up because it really does help a lot. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer all of them. Thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next video.